Even in a pandemic, everyone comes together to try to save this home. By the time firefighters arrive, the house is ablaze. It's thought that this house fire was an accident, but the density and number of wooden homes means parts of Tokyo are particularly vulnerable. If a major earthquake struck, blazes would break out across the city, and experts say the probability of such a quake in this packed metropolis in the next 30 years is as high as 70%.
The biggest problem is an evacuation. About 7 million people will evacuate from a big Tokyo quake. Where will these 7 million people go? There aren't enough shelters.
It's not just earthquakes this disaster-exposed nation is facing. There are more than 100 active volcanoes, including Mount Fuji. Volcanologists predict any major eruption could rain so much ash on Tokyo it would paralyse the city in hours. And the massive 2011 earthquake, tsunami and Fukushima nuclear meltdown remain firmly in the minds of many here. But as this year's rainy season begins, the coronavirus has people worried. An earthquake or flood could prove particularly dangerous.
The evacuation shelters will be crowded and many people will gather in a closed space. This is disastrous when you think about infection measures.
Local governments have been ordered to open more evacuation centres, and changes to the way they operate will be crucial.
There are many things being done at evacuation centres that we should definitely not do during a pandemic. They need to separate the evacuees.
Feeling earthquakes in Japan is just a part of everyday life, but predicting when a big one will hit is a very imprecise science. The country is extraordinarily well prepared. There are strict building codes, kids from daycare are taught what to do during an emergency, and every home is encouraged to have a disaster kit that's always ready to go. The hope is it never has to be used, especially not during a pandemic. Jake Sturmer, ABC News, Tokyo.